pastor a lie, he a fraud. You messed up and stepped in a room full of gods and hopped in a pool full of sharks. So watch what you saying when you do respond, or get left looking foolish and odd. Like who that won't smoke, ain't nobody at all. Doctors, we body and maul. The prophets is back and we pulling your cards. Your pastor a lie, he a fraud. You messed up and stepped in a room full of gods and hopped in a pool full of sharks. So watch what you saying when you do respond. Yeah.
All right, keep reading. Watch this. Jump to verse 30. Watch it. Y'all tell me if this happened to us. Tell me if this right here happened to us. Read verse 30.
Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife.
He said you're going to betroth a wife, meaning you're going to have a wife, right?
And another man shall lie with her.
Another man shall lie with your wife. Did that happen in slavery? Yeah. You had a wife, who would come in there and sleep with her?
White man.
Right. What can we do about it, bro? Can we do anything about that? What are we reading right here? We reading the Bible, but we read our history in the Bible. Have you ever heard that before? The church ain't show us this. Why? Ain't this the same book? What's going on here? Why we ain't taught this in history class? They teach us their history, but you never taught yours. You see what I'm saying? You know why? Because your history is true history. Your history will empower you. Right. That's why they talk to you. You see what I'm saying? You talk only what they want you to be taught to keep you beneath them. You see what I'm saying? So watch this. Keep reading.
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
Who built the big house? The slaves was outside them shacks. Who built the big house that the white man stayed in?
We did.
Can we live in it too, though? Read it again.
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
The Bible is a true book, man. We built those houses, but we didn't dwell in them. You see what I'm saying? Am I right or wrong? All right, go to verse 32. Watch this.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
He said, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people. Did that happen to us? Well, okay, listen. You would have a child on the plantation, right? They'll do what, bro?
Send them somewhere.
Right. They'll take your child clean across the state. You see what I'm saying? To a whole nother state, man. You'll never see your child again, right? Yeah. What could you do? Could you do anything to get your baby back?
Yeah.
What? Exactly. I want you to remember what you just said. What else could you do?
I mean, you got to
Could you pay to get your baby back? Could you call the police?
I mean, that was back then. Now I'm talking about current situations.
Okay, let's look at today's time, right?
I done been through that and everything, you know, with the white folks. And I done got my kids back and everything.
Hey, let me ask you a question, dude.
Raised my kids when they were babies.
But let me ask you a question. Okay.
No, I ain't saying
No, you good, but we talking about today's time too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's speed up in today's time. DHS get a hold of your kids, right?
Yeah.
And they take your kids, right? What can you do to get them back?
You gotta do everything, man.
What's everything? Give me some examples.
You gotta go.
So you gotta go through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you gotta go through a lot.
Does it take a long period?
Yeah.
Right, it ain't something that just happens. These your kids, right?
Yeah.
It seems like you should say, hey, give me kids back, you stole them. Right? You done took my kid, give them back. Right? But guess what? You gotta go through you gotta deal with the white people that took your kids, plus another white person to go and represent you to get your kids back.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, real talk. Yeah.
So you still really ain't got no power in your hand. Right? The power ain't in your hand, the power in theirs. Because you got to get somebody that look like them to represent you to go get your kids back. You can't just go knock on the door and say, hey, you got my kids in there, get him. Right? Didn't do that good. Let's keep reading. Watch this.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
That's what you was talking about. You said we can do no but cry, really? Right? He said your eyes will look and fail with longing for them all the day long, meaning you will never give up searching for them, but you will never find them. You will never find them. Keep reading.
And there shall be no might.
This is what I was talking about a few minutes ago. There shall be no what?
And there shall be no might thine hand.
There should be no might in your hand. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got a military might. Ain't no military gonna stand up and rise up and fight for you.
That's right.
You couldn't call the police. You see what I'm saying? You couldn't pay to get them back. You have no economical might. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't do none of that, right? You couldn't physically, like I was just saying, physically go knock on their door and say, hey, give me my kids back.
Right.
And they say, okay. Right?
Bring it out.
Now watch this. Earlier you said that you was black, right? Yeah. Let's see if that's also in here. Watch this, 37.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
God says that the children of Israel will become an astonishment, meaning it'll be a great wonder and surprise at how they're living today. Yeah. You look at them and you're like, damn, them the people that God chose? Look at them. They men walk around with their pants below their ass. These are people that God chose? They women walk around with drawers on.
Right.
Outside.
Yeah.
Right? These are people that God chose? They women got other women's hair in their head.
Bring it out.
They got long eyelashes in their eyes. And fingernails so long that they can't even wipe their own butt.
Right.
These are people that God chose? Read.
A proverb and a byword.
A proverb is a wise saying. They're going to say wise sayings about you. Read.
Among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So God says a proverb and a byword. A byword will be anything outside of what God actually called you. God called you Judah, they're going to call you nigger. God called you Judah, they're going to call you African American. Yeah. God called you Judah, they're going to call you Gentile. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? All these different names. But God said you're Judah. God says you're an Israelite. Right. You see what I'm saying? But they going to say, nope, he's a black man. Like you said, right? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So watch this. Now go to verse 46. Watch this.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee.
The day is the curses. It says, these curses shall be upon thee for what?
For a sign.
For a sign. For a sign. How do I know that this is Green Street right here? It's a sign right there that identifies his street. God says he's going to use the curses to identify his people. Because it ain't going to happen to nobody else. Slavery on slave ships didn't happen to nobody else but God's people. You see what I'm saying? And they walk around today thinking that they black. They walk around today thinking that they African Americans. They walk around today thinking that they Hispanics, Native Americans. But they're actually God's chosen people. This is important. This is important. I'm going to show you how important it is in a few minutes. Read.
And for a wonder, and upon that seed forever.
God said this will happen to these people forever, till Christ returns. Until they repent, it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening. That's why it happened to them back then, and it's still happening to us today.
That's
the same people. That's why he said upon thy seed, meaning your children, your children's children, and your children's children's children, and so forth. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's still on us today. Read on. We the only nation of people that got to go to other nation of people for water. The Chinese ain't got to go to somebody else for water. They got their own water. Right? But we got to go to the white man. Hey, now same old master that beat me out your back then is the same master you go to today to get your water.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Same old people. Let's keep reading. Watch this. Verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So God says, listen real good, bro. God said you're going to serve your enemies. You're going to serve your enemies. Hold on, I got to get you. You got to hear this, man. You got to hear this real quick.
I'm listening.
Don't go nowhere. Just real quick, bro. Watch this. Read.
Watch this.
Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
God said that he sent these people against us. That's how they know where to come get us from. We was on them coastlines of Africa living good, right? Yeah. They knew to come get us and only us. They ain't get the Africans. They got you. They got our ancestors and brought them back here because God sent them to come get us because of our disobedience. Read on.
In hunger.
He said you're going to serve them in hunger. So when we want something to eat, who own the grocery stores we go and get our food from? They do. Who own the restaurants we go and eat at? They do. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. Who own these water companies? Who own Gatorade? Who own Bush Beer and Budweiser? You see see what I'm saying? They do, right? Read on.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness, the clothes on your back. The clothes on your back, who own the cotton? They do. You see what I'm saying? The socks that's in your shoes, the drawers you got on, who own that? They do. We don't own nothing, bro. It don't matter if our people put their name on it. You see what I'm saying? We don't own that textile. You see what I'm saying? Now watch this. Give me verse 68. So all these things that we read so far fit us, right? But God said that they're the Israelites, right? So what would that really make us? Would that really make us black people? African American? Or what would that make us? It would make us the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? It would make us the Israelites. Watch this. Give me verse 68. Watch this. Y'all tell me if this happened.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
So God says he's going to bring us into Egypt. Egypt is synonymous for trouble. Listen, you got to realize that the Israelites, Moses just delivered the Israelites out of Egypt, right? Remember he parted the Red Sea and they walked through it, right? What were they leaving from? What did he deliver them from? What was happening to them in Egypt? Right, he's right. Both of y'all right. That was both happening. We were being killed, but we were being what? We were slaves. We were slaves in Egypt. So you just pull the people out of slavery, out of a land that they were in slavery in, and you tell them, hey, all right, keep disobeying me, guess what? You're going to go back to Egypt. What you think they thinking of? We're going to go back to what? We're going to go back to Egypt, because what we were doing in Egypt? We were slaves. You see what I'm saying? So automatically your mind going to say, well, dang, we're going back to slavery. That's what God is telling them right here. Give me that Exodus 20. Watch this. We're going to show you what Egypt means. Watch this.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
See that? Egypt means the house of bondage. Okay? So when we read Egypt, God is saying, listen, I'm going to bring you back into what? Read it again.
Out of the house of bondage.
The house of bondage. Egypt is the house of bondage. Read Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. Watch it.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Or what? What's Egypt again? House of bondage or slavery, right? So he said, listen, I'm going to bring you into Egypt or slavery. Watch this.
Again.
I'm going to put you back into slavery again. But how this time?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Who went into slavery on ships? Who that happened to? Who went into slavery on ships? Who? Right. We were slaves on them ships. Watch this. We got the proof. These are pictures right here. Our people were packed like sardines on these slave ships, bro. These are the routes that the ships took. You see what I'm saying? They scattered us all over the globe. That's why you find people that look just like you and I everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere you go, people look just like us everywhere. Why? Because them slave ships dropped us off everywhere.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.